All right, got a little bit of news, so I'll get right into it. Uh, on the 14th of October, the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals they actually agreed to expedite the review of 3M's appeal as far as for the bankruptcy, and so of course 3M is trying to reverse the decision of the bankruptcy court in Indiana. So basically, 3M wants that they want to win that appeal. Basically, our stance on our side is that they lost the first time, and we don't think that they should be able to file that bankruptcy to get out. Um, this is very important. This is basically, kind of like history for this case, basically, because this is big. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing by being expedited. Now, um, the appeal is basically going to get heard faster, which I guess is a good thing because normally those take a while. Um, so it's going to be faster than if it were to go through the regular process. Um, the ruling by them losing, uh, basically stopped what they were able to kind of do, what they were trying to do. So they want that to happen. They want to be able to file that bankruptcy and not basically pay a big amount and be done. Um, so allegedly, the Seventh Circuit panel, you know, they thought that the appeal warranted immediate review because of the large number of cases. Basically, that's what they're saying. But I don't know if I don't know who expedited this, but that's what they're saying. They're saying this come from the Seventh Circuit panel and not 3M trying to get this done. Obviously, 3M will rather just take their time and then try to have the hearing and then win the appeal and then bam. Um, many people, uh, as far as from looking at the case from the outside, lawyers, things like that, um, don't think that they will win the appeal. But you never know because a judge is a judge, and a judge can do what they want to do. So who knows? Um, and by being appealed kind of hurts at the moment too, as far as for settlement reasons. They kind of have the leverage because they're like, well, it's held up in appeal, so yada yada yada. So you know, settlement could be a possibility still, but I see that happening. If that does happen, a settlement, it'll happen after this. So, um, basically that's where we're at. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's kind of like history in the case, basically, right here. This is what it is. So it's crazy how you got to win two times because they did lose that bankruptcy hearing. So it is an uphill battle to win in an appeal, but it is a possibility you can win in an appeal. So we don't know. Um, you don't know how that judge is going to see things and determine it. Uh, in all honesty, from how I see things, it's already determined. We just don't know, you know. Um, but that's basically what's going to happen. So what it means as far as expedited and happening faster, I don't know. More to come on that as far as the actual date. I'm sure we're going to hear something eventually on that. But that is, I guess that's kind of good news since they say that happened from the Seventh Circuit panel. So they say, okay, it's a bunch of cases. They don't want this just backlogged and sitting and sitting and sitting because it's already so much backlog. So let's get this over with. Let's figure this out. Get that part over with. Whatever. So obviously, if they lose the appeal, that's a good thing. That's going to help settlement because avenues are going to be getting exhausted, like I told you in the last video. If they win that, then that's big time trouble because they're not going to be having to, pay out large amounts based on everybody's case. So very huge uh, date, that whenever that date comes up, very huge court date as far as that appeal, because that's going to be big time news. I'm sure once that happens, everybody's going to talk about that, and I'm sure when the actual case occurs and the decision is made, everybody's going to come out of the woodworks and say what they say. Um, I'm just trying to give you up to date information as best as I can. I was a little bit late with this. This happened on the 14th when they kind of talked about that, and then I kind of was talking to some attorney, and I just kind of got sidetracked, didn't even get a minute to step aside, and I said, let me go step aside and make a video just to let everybody know. I think there was a commenter that was trying to let us know, so um, good stuff with the commenter in one of the videos, who was trying to keep everybody abreast and let them know. We appreciate that information too, because they basically got the same information. I think that they uh, were coming from the perspective of 3M's trying to get out of it. So yeah, 3M is trying to get out of it. That's why they initially did the appeal. But this is allegedly coming from the Seventh Circuit. So they want to expedite it. So if that's the case, that doesn't have any bearing on 3M having any say so in any of that. It's just a matter of they want to get that part out of the way and proceed forward whichever path. So they lose the appeal. That's great, excellent news. That'll help definitely start having some chatter about a fair settlement. Again, if you get a settlement, you don't feel it's the right amount, if that does happen at that period of time, you don't have to take it. You can continue the process and actually go to a court. So remember that. And if you want to take the settlement, you'll take the settlement. And if you had an attorney, obviously you've had an attorney, they're going to get a portion. So remember the portion that you agreed to when you signed the contract for that. This isn't legal advice. I'm not a licensed attorney. I'm just a guy with an opinion. So everything that I say may not be fact. So remember that. So if you need more information or you need to do things, talk to a licensed attorney. There is a possibility of time running out to kind of jump in the claims. I'm not sure how that's working, but you might want to hurry up if you're not already in that. As I always say in the last few videos as well, if you were at Camp Lejeune and you had dealt with that situation there, you may want to talk to an attorney, or you probably should talk to an attorney, so you can start submitting what you need to submit to see if you are a good candidate to file a suit, be on a suit for that case. And to all the families that were there too. So that's unfortunate. It's just very unfortunate that we had to go through these things, and that it actually, years and years and years go by, and it's like, these things are just wrong. With these earplugs, um, they knew that they did not hold up to the protection standards that they needed to hold up to, and they continued to issue them out. Okay. Um, and it's only came out because they opened up a can of worms, and tried for greed to try to get rid of another company, which led into the government then saying, hey, these were defective from our findings, and reading this, to settling in that case, to now all of the veterans having a case that is very legitimate, because it's already proven that they don't work. So they're trying to get out of all these avenues, trying to get out from contracted defense to bankruptcy to just stalling and doing a shuffle. If they lose this appeal, that's what's important, because the cases will continue to happen and they'll eventually settle. They've settled with the government. They know that the government, in my opinion, they know that the government would have won. So the settlement was very much worth them doing to put it to bed. In our case, they feel like we're the little people, and they feel like, you know, let's try everything before we have to get to that point. Like I said, if everything gets to that point to where they don't have any more course of action, they're going to settle. That's just a fact. Okay. But they're just trying every little thing. They're just a scummy company. And like I told you, they basically tried to do a statute limitations route. Uh, they basically tried to say, hey, people aren't initially paying, to submit this paperwork, so they should be out of the case. They've tried the bankruptcy. They've tried, I've already mentioned that they've tried the contract defense. They're trying just every little thing that they can do to just avoid just doing this. And some of that has to do with after the fact they've had those bellwether trials, and a lot of those didn't go their way. So keep that in mind. So that's kind of what I wanted to put out. So I guess that's semi good news, because we'll get some news, whether good or bad, a lot faster than we would have before. So now the most important thing to pay attention to is finding out the details of when that actual hearing is going to be for that appeal. So once I find that out, I'll let you know. If any of you find that out, you can always comment and let us all know, and then we will know at that point. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for now. So that's all you have to do. Just wait on hearing some news about what date is this appeal going to happen. Once we hear the outcome on that, we're going to know, hey, this is a bunch of years that went by of a battle that we lost, or we're going to hear good news in they lost that appeal. That's 2 times them losing that bankruptcy route. They can no longer file bankruptcy. And like I said in my last video, they're trying to get them where they were just exclusively the company getting sued, so that way they can come off of that bankruptcy. So this appeal hearing, when that happens, it's going to be big time news. It's going to basically be big time history for this case, and I will try to let you know once I can. So stick in there. I mean, hang in there. I said sticking. Hang in there. Stick. Stick to your guns up, and just we'll just wait, and we'll just support each other, and just keep it in the back of your mind, but don't just think about it every day. I guess live your life, do what you have to do, but know that we're getting to we're getting close to the end of the race. That's all I say. That's all I'll say. So until next time, y'all take care. Y'all be safe. Love y'all. Y'all take it easy. All right.